What happened? What happened? You completed 4 weeks and now what?
I lost 16 pounds in the 4 weeks.
16 pounds in 4 weeks. Congratulations. Holy cow. Beth, I freaked out. I saw him walking behind you and I thought it was somebody behind me.
Oh.
So you're 16 pounds down in 4 weeks. Energy, that's what I like to hear. How's your energy?
Oh, that's wonderful. And I haven't had an energy drink since the day before we started. So like May 18th or something like that.
Good for you. Congratulations. Dang.
And
Sarah, you see how your girl's doing?
I'm sorry?
Sarah's here, so I'm pointing out to her how well you're doing. Good for you. All right, so before I get started, what advice do you have to me starting my first week of the custom meal plan? What coaching would you give me?
Me?
Yeah.
Trust the process.
You guys will hear that a lot. Trust the process. Okay. So what's that mean?
Gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this. Listen to you.
Hold on. Repeat that one more time, Tammy.
Listen to what you have to say, and follow the meal plan, and do some work on your mindset. I started journaling a few days ago, and that really helped me identify some barriers that I had that I hadn't even thought about.
Good for you. Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
No.
Cool. So I'll make it official. If you guys haven't muted your phone or tablet or computer, go ahead and mute that now. Today is June 15th. So if you're watching it live, thank you for being on. If you're not watching it live, this is June 15th video. Today's the introduction to the custom meal plan if you choose to do that. So I'll have an agenda that I'm going to follow here. And that's one of the things I want to say, that questions that have been brought up. Do I have to? And you'll hear me say this a lot. You don't have to do anything. I'm not your mama, so you're not going to get grounded whether you do one thing or you do something different. What we're doing is we're laying out a proven path. You get to choose at what tempo you want to change. Tammy was an example right now. In 4 weeks, her body changed 16 pounds. And Tammy, did you say you did inches with that as well?
Yeah, I do my inches.
9.5 inches.
9.5 inches. Awesome. Congratulations. And she was talking about not needing the energy drinks or the coffee drinks. So we get to choose what we want. There's so many different pathways that we can do on this program, just laying out a foundation. So what I want to do today is, number one, let you know you don't have to do anything. So some individuals are like, do I have to give up my pop? No. If you're not seeing the results as quickly as you want to, my invitation is put it to the side. If you're seeing the results at the tempo that you want to, you get to continue as you want. I'm going to share the screen. Let me see how many people we've got on here. We got two open screens. Cool. I've got my vegans on here too. Yay. Hello, Alex. I do see you in shopping. That's so cool. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen and show us how to log in foods. If anybody doesn't see anything, please move your hand, unmute your phone. Here we go. So I've got a test account. So here's my test account, and here's where I am today. And by the end of 8 to 12 weeks, here's where I'm looking to be. So ideally, I want, when I log in my measurements, I want to stay below this green line. If I'm staying above the green line, then I'm not shifting and changing my body physically as quickly as I had committed to. And that's all it is, as quickly as I committed to. So for me to log in my food, I'm going to click this plus sign, or I'm going to come up here, food log, either one. So food log here. And this morning, I'm going to mute people that I see that are unmuted. This morning, I ate cereal. I ate Frosted Flakes. So there we go. There it is, Frosted Flakes. I had, so here's 1 cup. I actually had 2 cups worth for breakfast. Awesome. And with that, I also had milk. So people on here are thinking, really? You can have Frosted Flakes? You can have whatever you want, but I want healthy, so I had almond milk. Where's almond milk? There it is right here. So I had 1 cup and 2 cups of Frosted Flakes. Awesome. So that's how I loaded. Now I had this cabbage thing salad from the custom meal plan. Cool. So I come to the bottom here and I click custom. And it's on those video series. I've got it in there. You can call it whatever you want. So I'm going to call it the Lucky 13 Cabbage Salad. Call it whatever you want. Spell it however you want. Serving name, 1 bowl. How many calories? That is 151 calories. I'm going to add more nutrition facts to it. Total fat was 6 grams. Total carbohydrates was 24 grams. Total protein was 4 grams. And here we go. Fiber was 6 grams. So you add in the information that you know. Welcome to Google if you don't know. And I'm going to add it. I'm going to save it. However, I know I'm going to have this. You call it whatever you want. I know I'm going to have this multiple times. So I'm going to save it. I star it. And then for dinner, I had pizza. Not a whole 14-inch. Sure. I had thin crust. Yay for me. Dinner, slice, 1 slice. I had 2 slices. I know you guys are like, really? Did he really do that? No, this is an example. I had an apple because somebody said having an apple with pizza is really good. Just go with it. Go with it here. Much cup, apple. There we go. Dinner, extra small. Nope, it was a big old apple, so I'm going large. Boom. So here I can see in the top, how many have I logged versus my goal. My goal is 1,900, so I want to be below that. So what else? What else did I have for dinner? Oh, I'm going to have the lean meal replacement. Lean MR. There we go. I had chocolate because the chocolate one tasted really, really good. So I had that as I'm going to put it for dinner also. I had it for dinner. And you know what? This is something, nope, I did it with water. Okay, so I did it with water. This is something I'm going to eat on a regular basis. So I click favorite on here. So this was one of the things that Jackie had mentioned a few weeks ago. If you create a meal, ideally from this custom menu, and you like it and you want to keep it, click the favorite under the dinner, and it's going to be saved. So I'm going to call this Esteban's Friday night pizza craziness. There we go. No, I don't want to spell it properly. Crazy. There we go. Boom. Call it whatever you want. Spell it however you want. So is it saved? Are you sure you want to? No, I don't want to remove it. Okay, got it. Saved. So tomorrow I go to log in food and I start fresh again. And I'm like, man, I'm going to eat the same thing that I did before. So I'll go under food, favorites, and I'll immediately find whatever I had favorited before. I can go and identify anything that was there previous. So I'll go to customs. There's my lucky cabbage. Meals. There's Esteban's Friday night pizza craziness. So I add that to it. And now it's saved. It's logged. Sweetness. Okay, cool. So Esteban there's a custom meal plan going on, and I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. Cool. We're going to go to food, menus, and I have one of these 8 options to choose from. It's Saturday night. We're going to go out, and Esteban says I can do whatever I want. So I'm either going to choose to do a custom meal plan. However, I really, 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 really want to have 2 glasses of wine that night. So what I would do is I would make sure that I have wine in here. And by the end of the night, I'm going to customize this. Easy's wine night. That's what I'm going to call it. And then what kind of wine am I going to have? Somebody help me out here. Red wine or white wine? Thank you, whoever's going to unmute.
You're getting rosé.
Rosé. How do I spell rosé? I've got no clue.
Like a rose.
Rosé. Vino. Do we see anything? I see rosemary fresh. No, that's not it. That's not rosemary.
Disappointment.
Let me go wine. Red. Let's see what comes up with that. Pick one for me. So here we go. Wine glass. How many am I going to have? I said 2. I'm going to have it for dinner. Boom. I add it on. And it's now part of this. Here it is right here. So that's how we can customize this. And I'm not going to eat a meal replacement. What I want to do is I want to have a shake instead. So I delete that. And I'm going to go back to my lean amour, lean meal replacement, my chocolate, booyaka. I'm doing that for lunch. And I'm going to do it with milk that day. Not almonds, M&Ms. I love that. It's so good. Almond milk. And you know what? Almond milk is something that I'm going to pick on a regular basis. So when I log it in, I'm going to save it. Okay, it's already saved as far as the name. Ta-da. So now I go back to menus. And here it is. Easy's wine night. I'll come in there and I can log an entire meal. Already done. For dinner. Boom. So now it's underlogged, or excuse me, summary. Cool. All right, before I go to activity, any questions with that real quick? We're seeing some movement. And here we can see what I've logged in. Here's my macronutrients, how many carbohydrates versus fats versus protein. And did I stay within the calories? Did I stay within the goals? And versus what's logged in. So here, I'm 151% of my goal. In this case, I ate more than what was suggested. Somebody's unmuted. If you guys can mute, please. I can't see who it is.
I have a question.
Do you have a question? Yes. Whoever says I have a question.
It's Alex.
Yes, ma'am.
So is this something that you're looking at every day just to kind of check in, or like I have a different way that I usually use MyFitnessPal, and then I enter in all of my like measurements of my weight daily in dotfit. Would you prefer us to use this instead?
So good point. The thing with dotfit, it keeps us in compliance with the Board of Dietetics. MyFitnessPal doesn't. Dotfit is designed for certified practitioners, certified nutritional coaches, dietitians, actually it's got to be nutritional coaches, not just personal trainers. So it allows us to guide you and manipulate you and being legally in compliance with the Board of Dietetics. So when you're like Alex, when we're working on the side, this allows me to legally guide you.
Got it. Okay.
And there's ways to scan in foods when you're at the grocery store and you buy them. That will show next week. I've got Rob Rutman, who's the Vice President of Education for dotfit. He's going to come on. He's doing a private coaching for us, for this team, and he's going to show us how we can scan in labels. Super cool.
That was my biggest question.
Good question, Doug. Good question. Okay, so I'm going to move to the activity. So activity we're going to design a workout. So, and this is, I'm going to put in different workouts into your calendar here. So what I did before I came on, I created this workout. I called it Tuesday Arm Toner. Yay. What does it look like? Okay, we're going to say here in a second. Hold on, here we go. Custom workout. My arm toner. Shoulder press, standing lateral raise, bicep curls, tricep extensions, standing shoulder press. Cool. Got it. Thanks, Esteban. So how do I know when to do it? What I'm going to do here, it's an inactive workout. And this, I've got it on Zoom, so this is where we can go back. What day am I going to work out and do my arms? I don't even know. Madison, you're on board. What day am I going to do my arms? I'm putting you on the spot. What do you think? You got to unmute it, though. There you go.
Yeah, I unmuted it. Do it on Tuesday.
I like that. And I'm going to do this for the next 8 weeks. And I add it. Boom. And all of a sudden, check it out. There's my arm workout. So any type of workout I want to do, I can create a custom workout, place it here, and look, there it is. Ta-da! So the National Academy of Sports Medicine fitness protocol is in here, so I can look up any exercise that I want. I want to work on flexibility. I get to stretch out. I want to do a dynamic stretch. I heard dynamic stretching is really cool. So then I can look at it and figure out how to do it. So I'll click on that. There's a cool little video here. And it shows me how to do what I'm looking for. And there's a lot of information on this software. We're not going to cover it all in one day. So moving forward, there's just a lot. And program, apps and devices, that's how we get to sync that MyFitnessPal portion, Fitbit, Garmin, Polar, Microsoft Band, InBody, and we could do it. Any of you guys that use the MyZone in the Anytime Fitness Clubs, we've got the ability to add MyZone to here as well. We were told that they are working with the Apple designers or technicians, so they can add, they're going to add the Apple Watch to here as well. So a lot coming on board.
Hey, Esteban,
yes.
is there a specific way to be adding the MyZone? Because I've tried to add mine and I cannot find the option to do so.
Who am I speaking with?
Hannah.
Hannah. All right, so let's talk offline. So what we got to do is, in short, we get to put your club, contact MyZone. MyZone connects dotfit, and it'll pop up. But it's physically one club at a time for us to do that.
Okay. I have a few members that are on this that have MyZone too, so that'll help. Thank you.
We'll be able to get that in within the week.
Okay.
Custom menu, got that. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing. We'll go back to our pretty faces. Look at your pretty faces. All the way from Ohio, all the way to Arizona, as I'm seeing right here. Look at you, Arizona, New York. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Custom menu is what's been released. That is what's on the Teachable app. The Teachable app is set up on a drip campaign. If you've seen the video, you'll hear me say the same thing, meaning that you start on the first video, then you go to the second video. Whenever you click a link, if there's a PDF or text on there, read it, and then you keep going. Then you go to the next one, and you're like, man, I want to see what's on day 7, but I can't. Correct. You can't do that on purpose because I want us to focus what's in front of us versus what's on week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So we stay focused. What do I get to do right now? You don't have to do the custom menu. There's 7 nutrition key principles that I've based that menu on. There's a lot of science. And I want to take 3 minutes to explain what the science on this can do for you. Dee Dee, are you on here? Let's see if she's on here. If she's on here, her experience was ridiculous. No? So we'll go off that. Jackie, can I put you on the spot? No, she's like, nope. The gut-centric meal plan and the next Zoom that I do, I'm going to show you what happens with our body when the small intestine actually heals, when it's no longer inflamed, how the villi absorb nutrients. And this type of meal plan how it reduces inflammation like that. So what many of you guys that are actually executing this plan right now, we're in a cabbage portion, many of you will notice significant difference over the first 3, definitely the first 6 days. I think Tammy said this, trust the process, meaning there's a lot of science behind this. I've done this type of meal plan since 2011. So I've gone from sports training to weight management to gut-centric meal plans. Any questions that you have, ask your club manager. They'll contact me. If you're one of my personal clients, get a hold of me. If anybody does get a hold of me, I ask just for a little bit of patience, for 24 to 48 hours for me to respond, please. Okay, the next portion, final portion here for today before I open it up for questions. Holy cow, Lisa, who's that behind you? Some young looking dude that's like so clean shaved.
Yes, he's very clean shaved today.
All right, so I'm going to put him on the spot. What did you experience the first 2 weeks when you were on this on the gut-centric meal plan?
Very hungry, but a lot of weight loss.
Yeah. Yeah, their transformation was ridiculous, like ridiculous, and in a great way. And his strength was phenomenal. He looks 25. He was rated as a 25-year-old, but
Under 20.
Older than 25.
Yeah, he just passed he passed the 20-year-old physical stuff for the police department.
And you're not in your 20s?
No, I'm 41.
Oh, okay, cool. Good for you. Awesome.
Yeah, you know, girls.
Cool. Thank you guys for sharing. And you're doing awesome. Congratulations. So one of the things I want to point out, he said hungry. And this is what's awesome. You guys get to do, if you're doing a custom one, eat more. So for instance, a serving of the salad is 1.5 to 3 cups. I want more. There's no doctor out there that's going to say, no, please don't eat more vegetables and nuts and berries. Stop. You're overdoing it. So if you choose to consume more, consume more. Same thing with a shake at night. If you have one shake and you're like, man, I could really use another, blend another one up. And you'll notice when you log in your food, you'll still be under compliance. And that's the objective and the goal that I want you to be at. When items come up where you decide, you make the decision to step off of the main plan. So I am no longer, if I choose to do the custom plan and you choose to step off, or if you're choosing to do a template and you choose to step off, I stop and identify, was my willpower gone? Meaning I really didn't want to eat this pizza. I was going out with family. We went to, I'm going to use this one because I heard it and I love you for sharing. I went to Top Golf. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't need to do it. I don't need to do it. And I still ate a few slices of pizza. Was it the willpower that went? Or was it that I go to Top Golf every Friday night? And when I do that, I normally have my 2 beers and 2 slices of pizza and the churros. I don't know if they have churros, but I want it some anyway. So is it a ritual that we're doing? Or is it that my body is so off that I'm craving quick energy, and the way my mind translates it is that bowl of ice cream? So identify, which one of those 3 is it? My willpower went, this is a habit that I do on a regular basis, or biochemically I get to adjust that. That's the first thing I want to do that. And then the last one is this. On the following day, when we step off the plan, if we justify why I made that decision, if I blame about doing that, or if I'm complaining about it, I just put on, I don't have one here, I just put on a mask of victimhood. So part of the mindset is owning our decisions and our choices and identifying when I become a victim. When I'm a victim, it's no longer in my control. It's because of that fault that I'm not achieving what I've committed to achieve. So blaming, justifying, or complaining, if we're doing that based on our decisions, let's identify, I put on the mask of victimhood. This transformation is not about that. This is about identifying when that happens and choosing power and control over that. So 2 questions that we ask the following day is what worked for me yesterday, what didn't work. And you'll see many posts on that on Facebook. And we'll use it as a journal. Here's what worked for me yesterday. Here's what didn't work for me. And you get to write what you identified. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. The judgment is completely out. This is, I identified this works for me. I identified this doesn't work for me. And here's what I choose to do to overcome that today. So every day we're working out our mindset as well. On that note, I get to mute, and we'll go 7 minutes of Q&A. That starts now, by the way.
Esteban, it's Olivia.
Hey, where you at? Hold on, there we are. You're right there.
Hello.
Thank you, Olivia. You did not disappoint.
No. So I don't know. So when I started filling out my dotfit, I did it when I was in one of the clubs, and the scale is a little off. And by a little, I mean a lot. So, but like it's body fat percentage wise. So when I step on the scale at home, the weight is the same, but my body fat percentage is like 10% lower than what it was coming in at the first time. So I guess I don't know how I should be logging in my stuff with like such a big difference. Like I don't know what to do for that, because at that point I'm
log in your scale at home, because that's going to be the most consistent for you. So the actual number, that's a great question, Olivia. The actual number is not as relevant as the direction that I'm going. So if I'm going in a direction that I didn't choose to, then I know I get to identify that. And guys, to Olivia, to your point, weigh in every morning. Wake up, go pee, go poo, whatever you get to do, and then weigh yourself. So that's the most consistent. I'm wearing the same thing, whether you're wearing your skivvies or you're wearing not your skivvies. That consistency is more regular than later on in the day at the club. How accurate the body fat is, if you've got my number, shoot me a text on what the 2 numbers were, and I'll tell you which body fat to go by.
Okay.
But I'd say go by the scale at home. Go.
Okay.
That one. Good question.
Alrighty.
Who's next? Keeping track of time.
I have another question, Esteban. It's Alex. Hi, darling. I am struggling with the headaches, and like I added salt and I'm still having trouble. You're on mute, darling.
Thank you. Sea salt?
Yes, pink Himalayan sea salt.
Okay.
That's all I've ever used.
Did you normally have headaches before?
Yeah, but not this consistently.
Okay, so you get to talk with Deb. That's beyond my scope of practice. So I don't have MD at the end of my name, so that's unfortunately, yeah, there you go. I would talk to a essential oil specialist. Would you happen to know one?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, that is you. Holy cow. Yeah, anything that I say is out of my scope of practice. So I don't want to go there. Deb used to have chronic migraines. She doesn't anymore, so she might be able to guide you based on her experience. I'm going to leave it at that. Who's next? Morgan, you got anything? Oh, see, you are paying attention. I was just checking where you were, Morgan. I see you. I see you.
Morgan's not even there. That's her daughter, Brittany.
Oh, hi, Brittany. She's like, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
Okay, I've got one. So if we're juicing, what are the best things to use for like a morning juice?
Okay. Are you making the juice or are you buying the juice?
I went to a local vegetarian place to get some juices. She suggested like to do ginger because it's an anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
I have a list. Hold on. We have got.
Morgan, I said hi to you, and it wasn't you. It was Brittany.
He made one with
Hello. Can you hear
cucumber,
me?
lemon, strawberry, and ginger.
Lemon, strawberries, ginger.
Yeah.
I would also invite like
My
celery,
computer sucks.
cucumber.
Papaya, cucumber, lemon, strawberry, and ginger.
That's good. And I would add more greens.
Okay.
It's like kale, spinach. Holy cow, there's a dog that
Well,
ran up to the screen and freaked me out.
the third one is cucumber, celery, kale, lemon, and ginger.
Yes.
Okay, so keep going that direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
For this.
All the stuff I hate.
Okay.
Okay.
On day 7, it'll taste different. The first 6 days, it's not going to taste as good. Day 7, it'll
Okay.
taste different. Good question, though.
Okay, thank you.
Is
Brandy, was that a total evolution?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get with you offline. We're gonna bring them into the facility here in the next week, but I'll get with you offline for that.
Okay, because she was super excited. She said she got after. I must have had a ton of calls because she said I was the first, but she got 6 other calls after I called her.
Yeah, we're gonna bring them into the facility for that. So I will get with you either later tonight or tomorrow to give you details about that.
Okay,
Cool.
perfect.
And,
Thanks.
Zach, when I go to your club, we could chat with her, and I'll let her know what some of the ingredients are that I've worked in the past.
Okay, cool.
Okay, does that answer your question, Brandy? That was good. So that's good. A lot of you guys are going to come up with your own concoctions, and most of them are really good. It gives us all ideas. The easy one is just go to the store if they sell cold pressed. So cold press is just a bottling process, and it's vegetables going in. I used to do the old juicing at home. It was just a pain in the butt to do it and to clean, and so I'm like, you know what? I'd rather pay somebody else to do it in a factory, and I drink my organic juice. Yay! I'm employing people. Okay, next question. We'll do 2 more, and then we'll call it a night.
Hey, Esteban.
I'm trying to find who's talking.
Sandra.
Okay, go ahead.
I was doing, before I started the program, I was doing a apple cider vinegar water before each meal. I was doing 20 mLs of apple cider vinegar to an 8-ounce glass of water. Is it okay to do that before each meal still, or should I stop doing that?
Jackie, give me a nod, yes or no. Is that in this email? I mean, is that in this meal plan? Is it visually on the meal plan?
Yes, it is. It is like a magic potion. It's great.
Yeah, it's so I can't remember if it's printed on this meal plan, Sandra. You guys can do apple cider vinegar all the time. So it was Arizona University did a research on it, and it just caught like wildfire. And I can tell you from personal experience and clients' experience, there's a difference when we do apple cider vinegar in the morning and versus when we don't. If you're not used to apple cider vinegar, think back of being in college and doing your tequila shot for the first time. That is going to be your physical response. Yeah, this is going to be good for you. So
Yeah,
thank you.
I ended up losing 20 pounds last year doing it.
It's phenomenal. Congratulations. Yeah, what it does for the gut is amazing. So great point. Thank you for bringing that up. Look at you, superstar.
Esteban, I was going to ask about adding lemon in your water. Is that
100%,
okay?
yes, 100% all the time. If you're like, regular water tastes so gross, you can squeeze lemon into it. Yeah.
And the other question is lime similar or equal?
It's
to
different.
lemon?
Yeah, it's different, but you can put it in there.
Okay.
You must be someplace that sells a lot of lime. Where do you live?
I'm in Texas.
You're in
Hot as fuck.
Texas. What the heck is Texas doing on here? Thank you for joining us from Texas. All right, one more. Who's taking us home?
Me,
Who's me?
Morgan.
Morgan!
I'm back. I had to run to the restroom. TMI, but
You know what? Now we all know. Thank you for
I
sharing.
know. At least I didn't take the computer with me. So
We're like so much closer now. This is all 400 of us here.
Oh, is there that many people on here? Wow. Okay, never mind. My question is, we have a camping trip in a few weeks.
Okay.
And we've never went camping. It's like with a large, it's like a national event, and they're supplying the food. And we have no idea what kind of food they have. We have no idea, like we're tent camping. Is it okay? I mean, I know that it's going to make a difference, but is it truly okay if we don't stress and just take those 2 days off and then come back and get right back on it? Or what is your suggestion for that?
What do you want?
I don't want to stress about thinking that I'm doing wrong, or that I have to pack all this stuff and be able to prepare it there, keep it cold. Like we don't have a camper. I don't even know if they have fridges or microwaves, or I don't know anything.
Do you guys see how she's going in the story? And we all do this. Morgan, can I continue coaching you?
Please.
Thank you. So back to answering my question. What do you want? She told me what she didn't want, and we by default fall into that category. So Morgan, what do you want?
I want to go and have a great time.
Okay, so what would allow you to have a great time?
To not stress. To be able to, I don't know. I don't know how to put it in a way that I want. I know how to say what I don't want.
What way do you want to say it? Just let it out.
I don't know. I want to go and have a good time and not focus. See, I don't know how to say what I want to do. It's not. I don't want to focus on. I have a very negative mindset. Let's just put it out.
We get to shift that. So what do you want?
I want to go and have a good time and eat freely and
I love this part.
Help me out, somebody. Can I phone a friend or
no, figure this out on your own, because we all
okay
do this.
Okay,
so,
I will I'll email you when I figure it out.
Bull crap, we're doing it right now. What do you want? Say it in the best words that you want, because that's real to you.
I know, but I really honestly, everything I start to say, I want to say what I don't want.
Okay, start with that. Start with that.
Okay, well, I don't want to stress the whole weekend and feel guilty about not eating on the meal plan when I don't know that it's feasible to try.
Cool. So what's the flip side of that then? I love mindset coaching. This is so cool. And it's cool because the rest of us are like, I know the answer, but when we're in our own head, it's so different. So what's the flip side to that, Morgan? You guys can mouth it, but you can't say it.
I want to go and just eat whatever I want then, I guess.
Hello. Do you believe that there will be less stress?
I don't want to eat bad. I want to make the best choices that I can there. There we go. I want to go and make the best choices I can.
Give me a COVID high five. COVID high five.
Woo! Here, there.
Awesome.
Oh, there.
So, and that's the beauty of this. You get to choose whatever you want. And there's some people that are like, I'm going to go camping, and unless I plan and put into this little Tupperware and carry my bag and my gallons of water, I'm going to be freaking out unless I have that. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just what's best for you. And in this case, you get to make the best decisions based on the foods provided, so you don't have to think about it. Cool. Yeah. And the realization tonight is, when I get posed with a barrier, how do I respond? So let's identify the patterns that normally come up, and how can I shift it to where I'm in control now? And you did great. You did awesome. Proud of you. Good job.
Thank
you. Just identifying what's a choice that you're going to make a cognitive choice, and when you come back, reinvest back into your vitality. Because here's the reality. We do all of this so we increase our life. And in this case, your life is adventure and connection. So cool. All of this is for you to have adventure and connection, and you're going out to do adventure and connection. Enjoy it. Like, create some great memories.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're not going to be grounded for having your 3 tequila shots.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. On that note, any other questions? Pose them to your club managers, please. We'll have them directed to me. next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. For those of you guys that are not in Eastern Time, Rob Retman, who is the Vice President of Education for dotfit, he's going to give us a private coaching on, I don't even know what. It's going to be on how to use the system, but there's so much more to the system than I know. He's a specialist on that. And then I'll have our regular call at 8 o'clock. I wish you guys the best. If you're doing the custom plan, follow it to a T because there's a lot of science behind it, and enjoy the benefits that are going to come out of it.
Esteban, it's Olivia. What's the best way to be contacting you? Is it through like
Club
Facebook?
manager.
Okay.
If you Facebook, either myself or one of a few hundred people that have done something similar will respond to you. Like if it's a general question, I'd suggest post it that way. If it's specific to me, go to whoever's in charge of the club, and just kind of being sincere. I could have a few hundred texts that come to me daily, so it takes me a while to respond to them.
Okay. Alrighty.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Oh, go love on your family.
Kiss your wifey for me.
Oh, I will right now.
Night.